Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind Season 10, Episode 6. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell, hype up the video, and leave a comment down below. I just want to mention this before I move on because this was an interesting thing to me. So apparently Tyler did an interview with Tadoom. I did not read it, but I did see somebody talk about it. And they said that Tyler said in the pods, Kevin had already said that he wasn't ready to be a husband. In that conversation where he was talking about, yes, I want you to be my girlfriend, apparently what followed was that I'm not ready to be a husband, which is why she had that outburst that she did and potentially why she had that, deadpan look into the camera. I have to take away all my props that I gave to the girls until this is debunked because y'all didn't come to the realization that he wasn't ready to be a husband, that he told y'all. You didn't discover anything. Like, if he didn't say that, you probably would have been down. I can't give you props for that. So I'll have to go and read it. I'm not going to read it. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to read it. But it sounds to me like Kevin made the decision, not y'all. We have Jessica and Chris who talk about how life was basically a training ground for them to find each other and be ready for this next stage in their life, which sounds great and all, but your training ground also involved different political views. And I feel like that's going to blow up in your face at some point. But the show was not addressing it. So I don't know, maybe, we'll see. We'll see. I'm also weary about Alex and Ashley. So she did not wait to have sex with him. They had sex right away. Apparently it was round after round after round. And even when they're doing the little selfie cam, he's like, oh, we're on the couch. I'm scared that we might go for another round. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, he's just so, don't like him, not a fan. But they're not the only ones who got busy. Damn near everybody got busy besides DVO and Britney. And one of you guys killed me in the comments. Y'all were like, y'all thought this man embraces blackness and he calls himself Devo instead of Devontae. Fair. Fair point. You're not wrong. So it's time for all the couples to meet up, right? It's Connor's birthday. So yeah, they're all singing him happy birthday, whatever, right? So Emma sees Connor and she's like, oh, this is bringing up some feelings for me that I didn't expect, but they actually didn't have a conversation. And this is going to be a problem for Brie. Brie feels like there were so many connections that were made in the pods. Why are people not having, these reunion talks? Why are we just like throwing shots back and not addressing the fact that we formed these great bonds?
You meeting Chris?
Yeah, I've met everybody.
Chris is a cutie.
Okay.
Have you talked to your ex-boyfriend yet or no?
Stir in the pot.
I expected a little bit more depth to this. Thought we were gonna have like these moments where like, oh my God, you're Brie. We've done so much together, so why aren't we acknowledging that?
Brie is just dumbfounded at the fact that nobody wants to address the elephant in the room, which is that there were these deep connections that were formed in the pods and we're just not putting those to bed. Why do you want all these feelings to come rushing back? I'm confused. You're engaged and your deepest connection should have been with the person that you're engaged to. Why would you want, if you are getting ready to, okay, sorry, my brain just went 5 different ways. This reminds me of those guys who want to have one last conversation with their ex before they get married the next day. Weird. Why do you want to give yourself the opportunity for those feelings to come rushing back? I don't understand. I don't understand. In this instance, I do understand that she just wanted some acknowledgement that there was a relationship that was built there, but she's also making herself susceptible to those feelings coming back, which is the part that confuses me. So yeah, Brie feels like it was very disrespectful of their journey to not address their journey. Then we see a scene of Connor talking to the boys and he's like, oh, this girl talks so damn much. And I wanted to include a clip of him saying that even at the reveal, but I was like, maybe I'm just reading into it. Maybe this is his little jokey joke. But now that he's mentioned it again, I'm like, damn it, I knew it. I knew he had a problem with the fact that she was so talkative. And as somebody who found it so hard to open up and stuff, I feel like maybe he thinks that he's being smothered by her. So yeah, there's a great disconnect with these two. Emma and Mike also have a weird energy between them, right? So when he was talking to the guys, he talks about how disorganized this lady is. And when they get back to their room, he mentions again how disorganized she is.
Or you want to know what I said?
Yeah,
Marcy?
yeah.
I said you were a little unorganized. Just the toothpaste, your bags. I feel like I've got a real good sense of that. Not making your bed.
Okay.
I'm not hating.
No,
We're learning.
we're learning.
Mike hasn't made the disorganization a bigger deal as of yet. But I feel like if he's going to get to the point where he's like, you know what, this is not going to work long term, this is going to be one of the things that he uses to build a case against her. And I think that that's unfair because in the pods, she literally said, I'm bad with money. I'm quite selfish right now. I would also assume that that means I'm not really caring about where my clothes are in the room or if my shoes are going to be by the door and you trip over them. I'm in my selfish era, which is another reason why she shouldn't have come on the show to begin with. But like, I understand that. And I wonder, is it as bad as, what's that girl's name? What's her name? Alexis? That black girl who, ooh, her place was a mess. Her place was a mess. But like, this girl kind of told you, my life is not conducive for kids right now. My life is not conducive for seriousness right now. And you proceeded anyways. So he brings up her messiness now. He brings it again later in the episode. And I'm like, you know what? He actually would be a good dad. This man actually would be a good dad because the way that he is so determined to run the same message over and over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to be a good dad because that's what's required. To be a parent, you're going to be having the same conversations 11 times. And Mike clearly loves to do that. If this lady is not at the level you need her to be at, why the hell did you pursue a relationship with her? Why the hell? And I had some people in my comments being like, oh, it's not that bad that he wants kids so bad. I agree. But clearly she doesn't want kids and he's trying to force it. She's not the woman you want her to be. Let it go. Speaking of parenting, Jessica and Chris have a conversation where she shares that she's a little bit worried that he might be giving up on his dreams to have kids because she is in her late 30s.
Do you think your mom and dad would be disappointed? He met this old chick and so now he's not gonna have kids.
The fact that you think that's old, though, is wild to me. The fact that you
No,
think
I
that
know.
is because you're older than me. Then
I don't
like,
feel old.
oh my God, I have 3 kids. I want to teach them sports. I want to do all this shit. Like, why would I want a kid? Like, I don't care.
It sounds to me like Chris would be okay not having kids. It doesn't sound like this is something that he is compromising just for the sake of Jessica. I think that he would be content with or without, just whatever makes sense for the relationship. But then Jessica is almost making it seem like because she's touching 40, she can never have kids. And I'm like, you're not 67. Like you're not even perimenopausal at this point. I'm assuming. Maybe she is. I don't know. But like, you can still have kids. You're going to face other challenges. Don't get me wrong. It's not like pregnancy gets easier as you get older, but you can still get pregnant. Or there's other ways to also be a mother. And it also sounds like the stress that she has is not even by what Chris is saying, but her fear that Chris's mom might think that he's giving up on this dream. Is the mama gonna come raise the kids? The kids are gonna have to be your responsibility. So if you as a couple decide we're not having kids, who cares what anybody else thinks about that? Y'all are cool with that decision, and that's okay. The next morning, Britney is looking for DVO. DVO is nowhere to be found, and she lets us know that he's been very disengaged with her.
I feel like you've been a little distant. You've just been like disconnected.
Because I'm trying to like stay calm. Sometimes I feel like I need to be in my nothing box. I just don't feel like talking right now.
Yeah, you don't want to be touched.
If it's hot, probably not. So like when I'm hot, I'm just like, no, get away.
Yeah, well, we've been out here today. You're like, so if you're like not touching me, I'm like, he hates me.
Are we surprised? Are we surprised? He thought he was gonna be playing in the snow. You got him in the sand. Girl, this is not what he planned for, okay? And can you imagine, this is the same man who was in the pods talking about, this proves how serious I am to be here because my grandpa just passed away. And instead of going home in the morning with my family, I'm here with you. How do we feel about that decision now, Devo? Anyways, he says to her later on in the episode, they end up, locating each other. They go on a jet ski date. Great. He says he's hot and overwhelmed, which is why he needed to take some space. You're overwhelmed all day. You're hot all day. You can't decompress with your fiance. She could take a walk too. She could sit by the air conditioner too. Like, please, you're coming up with excuses that don't even make no damn sense. All the couples arrive at the second mixer, and Brie is still frustrated at the fact that people are not getting down to the nitty-gritty of what happened in the pod. So finally, she ends up having her reconciliation chat with Chris.
Obviously, I was super excited to see you. Like, just see it. I was like, Chris and I are like hanging out. Probably still would do all these things.
Yeah, no, for sure. You guys both can try the fucking ice plunge together.
We're talking about like date ideas, and you do like a ice plunge. He's like, you're an asshole. And I was like, Chris does.
I feel like you guys vibe like that, though.
You think? You look at me and Connor, you're like, okay, that works.
Yeah.
Really?
Brie, if you want to be with Chris, just say that. Because this is weird. This is so weird. So even when they were in the pods, I was confused why she decided to settle on Connor, because it took so much for Connor to be vulnerable. And even at the point of them getting engaged, I don't feel like he was as vulnerable as he could have been. It felt like her stronger connection was with Chris. And even Chris's connection with Jess just came out of nowhere. But like, yeah, I'm very confused by this relationship. And so she's trying to discredit her connection with Connor by constantly asking, do you think we're good together? Do you think? And then Chris is like, I think you guys look great. I think you guys are well suited. You guys have a great relationship. And she's just not believing it. Number one, why are you seeking so much validation? And number two, why are you looking for validation from a guy you used to date? Are you okay? Are you okay? While all this is happening, Connor is watching, and he does admit that his insecurities are starting to creep back up. I don't blame him. Your girl is out here basically trying to put out bids to see if Chris is going to bite, and unfortunately, he's not biting. But if he did, she probably would have left Connor high and dry. Connor and Emma have a quick chat. Wasn't really too deep. They just talk about how they are the more cluttery clutter. You know what I'm saying. And they are both partnered up with neat freaks. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic when everybody moves in together. Then the group plays Never Have I Ever. Chris has had a threesome. That was a shock to me, child. Okay. Damn near everybody has had sex on a balcony. And DVO has never had a hickey, nor does he want one from Britney, who's literally saying, I could do that for you. He like, nah, I'm good.
I don't want a hickey.
I need another drink. I just felt so lonely.
Your man loves you, girl.
I wish that he would fucking show me everybody else is having sex. If we just need to have sex, let's just do it.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. You're gonna now put sex on the table because this man is being distant with you? No. No. If anything, that's all the more reason to keep sex off the table. Like, the fact that you have to compromise on your own values to make this relationship work, you have lost the plot completely. Completely. And if you think that sex is going to help build the other forms of intimacy, it's not. You know how many people can have dissociated sex? Like, sweetie, don't do that, okay? You have bigger issues here when it comes to DVO. DVO's gonna say to the other people, oh, Britney just needs so much reassurance. And that's why, because some people are like, oh, I don't think it's a problem that people have mirroring insecurities and stuff. I believe that it is a problem because oftentimes you need somebody who's able to be a rock while the other person needs that rock to lean on. Somebody like DVO isn't given a rock. And so here Britney is looking for all this reassurance from somebody who's incapable of giving it to her. Now look, they're both stuck. Now they're both stuck in the situation. So Britney is going to go and say, I actually don't even think that he's aware. No, was it Britney or was it the person she's talking to? Jessica. Jessica believes that DVO is unaware of how he's being disengaged and how that is affecting Britney. He knows. That's why he's doing it. This man doesn't have a backbone to let the girl go. He would rather she get fed up and she calls the relationship. He knows what he's doing. Out of nowhere. Alex is like, yeah, I actually do like a woman with like dark features. And Britney, I like that.
Tan skin, dark eyes, dark features. I like certain things in my woman.
Have you expressed that to her at all? Like, she's not your typical type?
How do you say, hey, like...
You're not my usual type.
Yeah. I hope you're in the same spot, but I'd love to hear.
I struggled with that. I haven't even mentioned at all.
What's your usual type?
Tall, athletic. I was like...
Yeah.
Something just felt like I can't trust him. Earlier on in the episode, he was being very braggadocious about some things, right? Like, yes, he's in the football scene and stuff, so he does know some big names, but he's like, oh yeah, I met so-and-so, not worth the hype or whatever. Just like, I don't know, just the name dropping and the making himself seem like so much bigger of a prize was just weird to me. He also was talking about how he's never struggled to make life work in all these cities that he's been in because he's just that great of a person. Like, oh, I could just go to Qatar right now and I'll be successful. Just, very braggadocious. So to add on top of the bragging, he's now going to have a wandering eye after all the reassurance that he gave Ashley. Crazy work. This man was hoping that Britney was also going to be unhappy in her relationship so they could maybe start a little something. And although she is unhappy, she's not necessarily taking the bait, right? Britney even says that she's concerned for Ashley because of how brazen this man was with her. And I'm like, okay, if the people in the show feel a way about Alex, then I have a right to feel a way about him too. Later on in the evening, Ashley has a conversation with him just to see if he had any flirty chats with someone. And I'm thinking, why is that on your mind? You know there's something off with Alex, but you just don't want to come out and say it. I don't know, for the fear of just being single again. Like, it's okay. It's actually okay to be single. Not every day we need to get married, guys. Like, especially not in a toxic marriage. Come on. So he's like, I mean, I had chats with everyone and I don't think that I did anything that was flirty. Somebody might have perceived what I did as flirting, but did I flirt? No, not to my recollection. Like, maybe we can ask one of those people. Like, he's just being very sneaky. I just can't trust him. Then she's like, yeah, I mean, I am nervous about some things in the future. And he's like, you have nothing to be nervous about. You have everything to be nervous about. You have everything to be nervous about dealing with this man, Alex. Connor and Bree get back to their room, and this lady says she now needs a part 3 mixer to further unpack her feelings for Chris.
I needed the part 2, and I could even do a part 3. And it's not because I'm like romantically interested in somebody. There's a lot to unpack.
There wasn't any like unresolved feelings, at least for me. But it's just, I guess it's a little weird. Just like,
uncertain.
Didn't love hearing it.
Bree, whatever is going on in your head, just come out and say it, because something is wrong and you don't want to say what it is. Do you want Chris? Do you have regrets about Connor? Is Connor not reassuring you the way that you need? Like, so whatever it is, come right out and say it. And of all people, it's Connor actually being vulnerable now. And he's like, I would rather say how I feel now instead of things going left and you feeling like I never told you where my head was at. And he does say, yeah, all of this is making me feel uncomfortable. So then she resorts to saying, you know what? Like, there weren't actually any deep feelings that came up when I had a conversation with Chris. It was just little fluffy stuff. So I actually don't need to have a conversation with him again. And actually, thank you so much for being so patient with me while I work through my feelings. Don't push it though. This is me now talking. Do not push it. Because one person can only take so much of you saying, I need to re-up on all these conversations I had with an ex-fling of mine. Girl, enough is enough. Do you want to be with Connor, yes or no? The episode ends with DVO asking Britney how things are going. How was your day? How was the mixer? This girl ain't playing nice with this man anymore.
Like, when you walk by me, it's like you just walk by me. Do you even find me attractive? And do you even want to be here with me?
I'm always willing to sit down and have a conversation with you. Sorry, I get up early and I don't want to lay in the bed all morning. That's not me isolating from you.
No, I'm saying we should be in a honeymoon phase.
It's not the honeymoon. All the stuff with my family, adjusting back to life. So sorry, that you feel this way, but there's just a lot going on in my head right now. There's other things on my mind too.
This man has the audacity to say, so what if I'm reading books all day and taking random walks and falling asleep on the couch? That doesn't mean that I'm distant. Also, do I have to be attached to your hip? Do we have to talk all day long? Come on. God forbid your fiance wants to spend time with you. This is essentially a honeymoon. God forbid she wants to spend time. Y'all were talking through a wall. She actually gets to be with you. She wants to form a stronger connection. Then this, ooh. And I knew it from the pods. I felt like it was manipulation even from the pods. It's a tough one. Okay, hold on. If you're going to make the decision to stay while you are grieving with somebody, I personally feel at that point, you owe them as much as you can. And he has not been giving her that. If grief is on your mind, allow your fiance to come in and be that safe space for you to grieve with her. Have her be that support. If she can't be that support for you, then that's a good thing to see. That's a good thing to notice, to be like, oh, you're not somebody who I can lean on in my time of trouble. But like, to be so distant from her and then to use the fact that you were grieving, to me, I did not like that. I'm sorry. You might not like that I just said that, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I think he's robbing her of the experience, and that's not fair. Nah. Anyways, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because I don't even know what to do with DVO right now. Like, yes, he's in a sensitive place, but I think he's using that as a cop-out right now. I don't like that. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.